Shorty's feeling me, it be like that. I say hello when she say hi back. I'm on the right track. I give it to her, then say I'll be right back. You be chasing them, I'm replacing them, making them make the face when I'm smashing you, having dates with them. They do what I say, you be saving them, you be hating because I'm that nigga, I have my way with them. Check my record, I never been a hater. I don't wanna, but nigga, you could date her. I say hi, bye, and see you later. But she steer me up and down like an escalator. 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 She steer me up and down like an escalator. All these bitches, they be wanting my time. She be wanting to fuck when I'm wanting to grind. You tell her hoe to stay, cause you wanting the dime. I tell her hoe to go, I don't wanna be kind. She's excited just off the sight of me, smiling when she says hi, but be crying when she says bye to me. Yes, sir. She be wildin' when she be with you because you are an official and nigga, you ain't as fly as me. Check my record, I never been a hater. I don't wanna, but nigga, you could date her. I say hi, bye, and see you later. But she steer me up and down like an escalator. 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 She steer me up and down like an escalator. She just want me to blow her back out. She just want you to put the stack out. Niggas thinking they put the Mac down, but they disrespect the game and put the Mac down. Y'all be hating when she be choosing up. Y'all be acting like losers, ashamed when niggas that do the fuck. You could be a nigga she playin' or be a nigga with game. There's a difference to what she do with us. Check my record, I never been a hater. I don't wanna, but nigga, you could date her. I say hi, bye, and see you later. But she steer me up and down like an escalator. 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 She steer me up and down like an escalator. Yo, what's poppin'? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the goddamn dating game. What's good? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to April MC in the building. Shout out to Benjamin Snyder. Shout out to Unique79 in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Zati, AT, what's good? True Savage, Terrell Torrance, what's good? Tony Bays, what's popping? Joseph, what's going on with you? Joe Blast is in the building. Certified Tyrone, Kwame, what's going on? Who else we got up in here? Baki, Daniel, Leslie, what's good? What's popping? Roni, Duke Alex is in the building. Kings Ramses, Tata, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Daniel, Olafemi, what's going on with everybody? So, today's topic, people. Today's topic, I'm going to be talking about how women only disrespect losers. Only losers that women disrespect. You're like, come on, Locario, what the fuck are you talking about with all this bullshit? You feel what I'm saying? But I'm going to get into it in a second. But before we get into that, make sure you guys check out badboymembership.com and masculineidentitymembership.com. This month on the Bad Boy Membership, you're going to get the program, How to Attract Women Who Will Give You Gifts and Money. In this program, you're going to learn why a woman would even give a guy gifts and money. You're also going to learn the right time to accept gifts and money. Also, when you should not accept gifts and money. And you're also going to learn 4 ways women will give you gifts and money and much more. So make sure you go to badboymembership.com today to check out this program, plus all the other audio and video programs on the Bad Boy Membership. Go to badboymembership.com today.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com.
All right, we back. So guys, the call-in number is 646-481-3901. So we're using the Skype again till I get this blog talk situated, but you know, it's all good. So you guys can call in. That is the call-in number. And if you want to ask a question, put a Q in the chat, and then we will get to your questions in a minute. You feel what I'm saying? But call-in number is 646-481-3901 is the goddamn number. All right. So let's get into this. So I titled this Women Only Disrespect Losers. Okay. Women only disrespect losers, and why winners get cooperation. Right. So you hear a lot on YouTube where guys are complaining and they talking about, you know, how the modern woman is or the Western woman is, and they got attitudes and they're disrespectful and they on some bullshit and they don't listen and whatever. You hear all this stuff, right? Understand that women are only disrespectful to losers. And there's a few reasons why, right? And what I first want to say is this. If you have one girl, let's call her Jennifer, right? Jennifer is going to be disrespectful to guy A, but respectful to guy B. And disrespectful to guy C, but respectful to guy D. So is Jennifer disrespectful or not? Right? Now, what you got to understand is that she is disrespectful, right? But she's disrespectful to the losers. See, women aren't going to be disrespectful to you if you're a winner. If you're a guy who has game, women are not going to disrespect you. And in fact, you are not going to be in situations where you're actually dealing with women who disrespect you, because since you actually have game, you wouldn't allow a woman who disrespects you in your life. So you think about it this way. If a woman is in your life and she's disrespecting you, that means you allowed her to be in your life. And so what that means is that you basically said it's okay for her to be in your life by her acting this way. You said it's cool for her to deal with you even though she's acting this way. Like, for example, we just did a fucking live stream yesterday about DJ Academics and his situation. And I was watching a live stream that he did, and he was saying that this girl, I think it's his girlfriend. So DJ Academics is allowing a woman like that in his life. You understand what I'm saying? He's allowing one like that in his life, right? Now, I'm glad you asked this question because I was going to get into that in a second. So he said, what if a chick is just disrespectful to you off the rip? Like, you're in a situation and the chick is just disrespectful off the rip, right? She just like is saying some crazy disrespectful nonsense. She acts disrespectful towards you out the blue, right? What I want guys to understand is that in those situations, right? Those type of situations are actually rare. I want to break this down. So let's say I'm in Brooklyn right now. Let's say I walk down the street, I go outside, I walk down the street, I go to the store, right? And there's a person walking down the street, and this actually happened earlier when I was coming into the building. There was a guy that was walking down the street, and he was just yelling at, cursing at every fucking person that passed by, right? Just like, fuck this and fuck you and blah, 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 going crazy. Basically, every single person that walked by him, he cursed at them. He said something crazy, right? And basically, he was saying disrespectful type shit, right? But what you understand is that particular guy, he has issues. And that's why he's acting this way. But when you're walking down the street on a regular day, just in general, you're rarely going to get that happening. So a lot of times when a chick is just off the rip disrespectful, it rarely happens that much to where it's an issue. Now, this is the problem with a lot of guys that they don't understand. Guys think that disrespect is a woman rejecting them. I'm going to say it again. Some guys will think, or they will take a woman disrespecting them, a woman rejecting them and thinking that the rejection is disrespect. So like the other day, this dude called in, I forgot, it was either this show or I think it was either Kay Zag's show or this show, whatever. So a dude called in and he was like, yo, I was trying to holler at this chick and she shitted on me. Right? And then so we asked him, so what did she say when you tried to get at her? And I think he said something to the effect of he tried to holler at her. And then she said, well, you're actually not the type of guy that I'm interested in, the type of guy that I'm usually interested in. Or you're not the type of guy that I like to date. That's what she said to him. Right? So he interpreted that as disrespect. But that actually is not disrespect. That's just her rejecting you. You understand what I'm saying? That's just her saying she's not interested. Now, if she would have said, nigga, fuck you, get the fuck out my face, you bitch ass nigga, and all this other stuff, then you could say that's disrespectful. But in a lot of cases, women aren't going to do that unless a guy keep trying to holler at her and he's not taking the hint that she's not interested. Then she might get disrespectful at that point. But usually when a chick is disrespecting you off the rip, that means that she has some sort of issues, right? That means that she's like the crazy nigga that's walking down the street yelling at everybody. But in general, you're not going to get that type of disrespect from a woman off rip. Usually it's prompted. You understand what I'm saying? Or usually it'll be a situation where you're interacting with a woman and you're showing that you're the type of guy that will allow her to basically do anything. And then therefore disrespect comes in the situation. But understand a lot of times, usually women aren't going to just disrespect you off the rip. They'll just reject you. So for example, let's say you try to holler at a chick, right? And she ignores you. Like, let's say you say, hey, miss, how you doing? She looks at you and then she keeps walking. That's not disrespect. She just rejected you. You understand what I'm saying? She just didn't want to talk to you. Because what you have to understand is that a woman doesn't have to talk to you. But her not talking to you or her choosing not to talk to you isn't disrespect because she's not obligated to say anything to you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just her letting you know indirectly that she's not interested in talking, which is why she didn't say nothing. She kept moving. But see, a lot of guys think that, oh, she disrespected me. She didn't say hi. She don't have to say hi, my nigga. She can go and do what she got to do. You see what I'm saying? See, she doesn't need to respond, but her not responding isn't disrespect because she doesn't have to say anything. You see what I mean? But when I'm talking about a woman actually disrespecting a motherfucker, what I'm saying is that the guy has allowed her to enter his situation. You understand what I'm saying? He's allowed her to enter the situation, and then he let her stay there, and then she continues to be disrespectful. So, for example, let's say you meet a girl at a club or a bar or some shit, right? And you're talking to this chick, and let's say she's saying some low-key, disrespectful type of jokes about you, right? So she's trying to make fun of you, but it's really like a disrespectful type of tone and the shit she's saying. But because she's bad, because you think she's hot, you continue to fuck with her. Because you think she's the shit, as far as how she looks, you continue to try to get at her. So then what happens is like, for whatever reason, she gives you her number, y'all exchange numbers, you holler at her, right? And she's basically ignoring your calls, being disrespectful. She's basically flaking on you, and then you're still trying to get at her after she flaked on you. And then now you finally actually got her on a date or whatever, or got her to hang out with you. So she's shown you all of these disrespectful things in the situation already, but you continue to deal with her. And see, the reason why she'll continue to be disrespectful to you is because she was disrespectful from the jump and you allowed her to be that way. And so what happens is that she's going to keep disrespecting you because she knows that you're a loser. Now, how does she know that you're a loser? She knows that you're a loser because only a loser would allow that disrespect. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Olafemi said it right. He said, she disrespects you because you have no respect for yourself. It's that simple. It's that simple. See, she knows you're a loser because only losers would allow that type of energy. So you got to understand something. Some women are not for you. Even the ones that you get. I'm going to say that again. Some women are not for you, even the ones that you get. Because some of the ones that you get see you as a loser because they've been disrespecting you. And you still take them on even though they disrespected you. So the disrespect is just going to get worse and worse because you've basically said, because this is what she's saying to you. When she disrespects you within that conversation, let's say you're at a bar, club, whatever, right? And you're trying to talk to this girl, you're trying to go back and forth with this chick. She is already low-key disrespecting you by making slick comments, making fun of you, doing all this other shit. And you just laughing and giggling because you're a bitch-ass nigga and you just want to fuck with her, right? So she says, you know what? I'm going to give this fool my number, whatever. Maybe I could get him to take me out to dinner or some shit. And then you done take her to dinner and some shit, right? So now she's like, oh, he's definitely a loser. Because I was like, I didn't know for sure he was going to do this, but he's showing me he's a simp and he's going to do whatever the fuck I say because he's trying to get this pussy, right? And so what happens is that your behavior has shown her that you are a loser. See, if you're a winner, this can never happen. Because if you were a winner, when she was trying to disrespect you at the bar when y'all first met, you would have charged her ass to the game. You would have charged her ass to the game because you know that she's not for you. But see, losers try to make every woman for them. I'm going to say that again. Losers try to make every woman for them because they want to win over the woman so that they can feel like winners. See, the reason why they want to win the woman over is because they feel like a loser. And maybe if I win this woman over, then I'll feel like a winner. Maybe I'll be a winner if she gets with me. But then you don't realize she's getting with you because she knows that you're food. She knows that she can play around with you, right? She's treating you exactly how you're telling her to treat you, which is like a loser because you've allowed her to enter your life even though she was disrespecting you. It's just like, for example, when you go into the fucking urinals, the public bathrooms, and let's say the urinals are all occupied, so you got to go in that part with the toilet, and then you don't lift up the toilet if there's a bunch of piss and shit all over it. You just piss and shit on it too. You're not going to sit there and try to lift the toilet and be all proper and shit. Because you're like, look, everybody done pissed on this shit. This shit is whack. So I'm going to piss on it too. So the woman basically pisses on you and shits on you. You allow her to piss and shit on you. She's like, well, you're allowing me to piss and shit on you. So fuck you. I can disrespect you whenever because you're allowing me to do it. You understand? So you allow me to do it. And guys, if you have questions, put a Q in the chat. I'm going to get to the questions in a second. And see, a lot of these dudes don't even realize that they're being disrespected. See, for example, these dudes who, my eyes itching like crazy. For example, a lot of these dudes who are, going overseas to try to get women, right? They're like, well, I'm going to go overseas so that, these women out here are way more cooperative. They're way more submissive, right? These women out here in the West, these modern women out here, they don't know how to treat a man. So I'm gonna go all the way overseas to get a chick and all this other stuff. They're just way more cooperative, right? Now, what you gotta understand is that you go over there and you still are whining and dining these women. Oh, but Lakari, it doesn't matter. It doesn't cost that much. It only cost me $10 to take her out. So no, they had to wine and dine this woman. Then on top of that, if they're fucking these prostitutes, they have to pay in order to fuck, right? So they're whining and dining and they have to pay in order to fuck. Guess what? See, the fact that you have to pay and wine and dine in order to fuck is because the women over there don't really respect you. Because if they respected you, you wouldn't have to pay. You get it? So what happens is that the fact that you're paying is because they don't respect you, which means it's automatic disrespect. But see, the disrespect happens because you're a loser. See, what happens is that if they were winners, they'd get cooperation. But because they're losers, they have to buy cooperation. They have to purchase cooperation. See, if you were a winner, you would just get it off the strength of you being a man. But when you're a loser, you have to buy cooperation. And see, what happens is the fact that you have to pay means they don't respect you. That's how it works. That's exactly how it works. So a lot of times dudes think they're winning, but what happens is that the fact you have to pay is a form of disrespect. That's a form of disrespect. See, think about it like this. Think about it like this. If you was at a spot, at a park, and they were having an event at the park, and they was giving away free water to everybody. It's hot outside. Here, take a bottle of water, take a bottle of water, take a bottle of water. And then the person who's giving out the free water, right? When you get up there, he's like, it's gonna cost you $2. And then you pay him the $2. And then you find out later everyone was getting free water. You're going to feel some type of way. You're going to feel disrespected. Like, how the fuck homie just told me it was $2 and he giving it away for free with everybody else? That's some bullshit. Right? You're going to feel disrespected. You understand? It's crazy. My fucking allergies is crazy today. But yeah, you're going to feel disrespected. So it's the same thing. Hold on. You said, I dig your work, brother, but you have to purchase McDonald's. You can't get it for free. That don't mean you have game. What? What does that even mean? I got to read that again. I must be reading it wrong. Hold on. You said, I dig your work, brother, but you have to purchase McDonald's. You can't get it for free. That don't mean you have game. Can somebody explain this comment? I'm confused. Can somebody rephrase that? Reword it? Oh, you said that don't mean you don't have game. So you're saying, but you have to purchase McDonald's. You can't get it for free. That don't mean that you don't have game. Oh, so you're saying, okay, so don't hate, call in. You're saying that if you're purchasing it, it doesn't mean you don't have game. No, you have game because everything encompasses game, but you have weak game. You get it? See, if you need to purchase pussy, you have weak game. You have weak game. You understand what I'm saying? It's that simple. He said he's trying to use that McDonald's analogies against me. Listen, if you got to purchase, you got weak game. Is that simple? Is that simple? It is that simple. Exactly. McDonald's is a business. You're supposed to exactly. You see how yo, listen, guys, if you want to trick, it's okay. It's okay. All I'm saying is that you got to understand that women don't respect you, and it's okay. It's okay. So what I'm saying here is this. All the guys that you hear on YouTube who complain about women disrespecting them, it's because they're losers. Winners don't complain about what the fuck women are doing. You understand? So be careful, the pies are hot. Some of y'all don't know what that's from. That's the inside joke right there. But this is the thing. Winners don't complain about what the fuck chicks are doing. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. See, the problem is that when you're not getting cooperation, you feel some type of way. And then in order for you to get cooperation, right, if you got to pay for it, then understand that the fact you have to pay for it is the same reason why you're that loser. Because if you're a winner, you wouldn't have to pay. It's that simple. It's that simple. Like, see, people want to make this shit more complicated than it needs to be. And the reason why they try to make it complicated is because guys don't want to adhere to where they're at. Like, no one wants to admit to being a loser. It's okay. I understand. Nobody wants to admit to being a loser. I get it. But you have to understand the disrespect is coming from the fact that the woman sees you as a loser. She sees you as weak. When a woman sees you as weak, she wants to stomp you out. Because a weak man is scary to a woman. I've talked about this before. Just like when a person is scared of like a cockroach or a mouse or some shit, what do? They fucking jump on the couch. They try to get something to hit it. They want to destroy that shit. They want to destroy that shit because they're scared. Weak men scare women. You know why weak men scare women? Because when you're weak, that means if she's with you, that means her life can be in danger. So what happens is that a woman off rip, when she's talking to you and she sees that you're a loser, she's like, man, she starts to disrespect you. And then you, on top of that, continue to want to fuck with her. Like, a chick figuratively spits in your face and you're still like, oh, okay, yeah, let's hang out. Let's do this. Let's go out to dinner. Yeah, okay. You still want to fuck with this girl who basically disrespected you. You text this girl like 4 times in a row and she didn't return your call or text. You understand what I'm saying? You set a date and the chick flaked, and then you try to set another date and she flaked again, and you still trying to get at her. You understand? You make a chick your girlfriend even though she's cursing you out. You buying her bags and shit. You buying her gifts. You doing all this shit. And then see, the problem is that dudes, they want to blame the chick. But what happened is the chick is only doing what she's doing because you're allowing her to make it happen. You gave her the green lights. You understand what I'm saying? You gave her the green light. You said, listen, it's okay for you to disrespect me because I ain't shit. That's what happens. That's what happens. It's terrible out here. So dudes really, see, I don't understand how a dude could think he's winning when he has to be out there always paying for sex. I don't understand how a dude thinks he's winning when he's chasing after women who don't want to fuck with him. It's crazy. It's crazy. See, so what happens is that what guys try to do is they try to make it seem as if there's something wrong with the women where they're at. Oh, well, these American women, these modern women, they're all fucked up and all this other stuff. But when I go over here, everything's cool. No, everything's not cool. You're still a loser because you have to pay. You understand what I'm saying? See, what happened is that you would have to pay here also, but you pay there because it's cheaper. Get it? So you would pay here if you stayed here anyway, but you pay there because it's cheaper. But the women are smart enough to fucking sell you the dream. But the whole time they're selling you the dream, they're doing this because they know that this is how they this is how they get you. You understand what I'm saying? You said they know they are they know they are not winning. They simply prefer losing while also fucking high body count, part-time discount prostitutes. Listen, again, do what you do. But you guys have to understand why shit is happening the way it's happening. You understand? See, you don't turn into a winner by moving in a different space. Like if I'm a loser, right? If I'm a loser and I'm over here, I'm sitting over here, right? I'm a loser right here. If I now go over here, I don't turn into a winner because I went over here. I'm a loser right here. I don't turn into a winner because I went right here. If I'm a loser right here, then I'm a loser right here. Do you understand? If I'm a loser here, then I'm a loser here. It's that simple. See, the location doesn't make me not a loser. You understand? Because if I'm a loser, wherever I go, I'm a loser. It's that simple. So what happens is that it's like this. If I'm standing outside in Times Square, right? If I'm standing outside in Times Square and I'm over here being this loser, and I'm like, yo, man, these girls outside in Times Square, they don't want to holler at me. All these Western fucking women. These goddamn modern women out here in the street, they don't want to talk to me. I've been trying to holler at these girls and they disrespected me and yada, 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 right? So I'm out here, right here at this point. I'm in Times Square trying to holler at the chicks in the street and they don't want to talk to me. They ain't trying to holler at me or nothing, right? And then I go over here into the strip club in Times Square As soon as I walk into the strip club, all the women are like, oh, hey, baby, how you doing? And they start touching me on my chest and shit. They start treating me all nice and shit. They start, asking me if I want a lap dance. They start asking me if I want all this shit. Right? Now I feel like I'm a big dog in the strip club, nigga. They treating me like a king up in here, bro. They treating me like a king in this strip club. But no, I am now just a loser in the fucking strip club. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a loser in a strip club. I just came from outside in Times Square and I walked into a strip club in Times Square. If I was a loser outside at 8:30 and I walked into the strip club at 8:45, I'm still a loser at 8:45. I'm just in a strip club. You understand what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. And dudes wonder why they get disrespected. See, what you got to understand is this. The reason why the woman disrespects you is because you don't really have any respect for yourself. That's why she disrespects you. That is exactly why she disrespects you. Let me take one of these calls. Let's go 732. 732. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Lucario. You can miss Lucario. It's Rashad. You hear me?
Yes, sir. What's poppin', bro?
Man, I'm chilling. Yeah, I definitely wanted to call in with the whole winners and losers thing. Here's my thing, Mr. Lucario. You can hear it in a lot of, like you said, language exposes you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with the combination of men that I hear calling you or Real Game No Theory or speaking to me, they speak in a way as if the respect is supposed to be just given to them,
right?
Just because they're men, or women supposed to just be treating men like this, or players that be getting all the bitches on, they just get it, like they were just born and it's like, oh shit, random person,
right?
And they just give them respect. And I want to let y'all motherfuckers know that is not how it is. How do I know? Because when I change my ways, and let me tell you something, Lucario. I'm gonna go on a quick little, it's on topic, but let me tell you something real quick. When I was a kid, right, younger,
right,
I knew I was aggressive and assertive to a degree, but I was uncomfortable being that way. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of men have this issue, right? So when I started to just lick myself loose, and I don't mean aggressive and like, just assertive, being a man, period, right?
Right.
Everything just became so easy, and people were starting to respect me more. And I remember when in the video, you said if you start with like charging girls to the game, you start that energy starts to like come inside you, like, and it starts to connect to other people, and bitches start to see like you don't just deal with shit, right?
Right.
So you become more attractive. So that's what I noticed in myself. So the point of me saying all this, Mr. Lucario, is you ain't just no winner because you sitting around complaining and shit, or you just sitting around being a nice person.
Right.
So you're a winner because you know that you control the entire dynamic and you go after what you want. And you tell people how to treat you. So
that's a fact.
I'm just saying it's not that easy. It's not as easy as just sitting around. Being a man, we're active. We're not reactive. We are proactive.
Right. Right. No, that's some real shit. That's some real shit. And the thing is, unfortunately, you have a lot of guys out there who, because they're not real with themselves, they're not real in any other situation. So this is why they can delude themselves so that they can cope with the fact that they're a loser. See, this is the thing. A lot of guys, unfortunately, they have to live in delusion so that they can cope with being on some loser shit. You understand?
Exactly.
Because what happens is that to come to reality or come to terms with reality, that means that if I want something different, that means I have to work at it. I actually have to do something. I can't blame anybody. It's all my fault. Everything that I have is my fault. Everything that I don't have is my fault. All of the things that I'm doing is because of me. But nobody wants to do that shit. You see what I'm saying? Nobody wants to do that shit. So therefore, what they'll do is that they'll try to make things seem a certain way, and then try to assert themselves in certain situations to make it seem as if they're winning. So, for example, with the dudes that be traveling overseas and all this other stuff, they'll paint a narrative that there's something wrong with all the American women. They're all fat. They all got attitudes. They don't know how to cook. All this other shit. They'll say all that stuff, right? And then what'll happen is they'll say, oh, well, if you go over here, the women will treat you better, right? And so that's the narrative. But what they don't say is that, hey, the women in America, the women over here in the West treat me like shit because I'm a loser. And the women overseas give me some pussy if I pay them because I'm a loser. You see what I'm saying? That's the real thing that's actually going on. But nobody's going to say that. You see what I mean? Nobody's going to talk about that.
You know what else? You know what else they not saying, Lucario?
Mm-hmm.
There's some shit that I went through. Matter of fact, I went through this a couple times with a couple girls too, man. Like women I would take serious, right? I would notice, like in the talking stage, like the dating stage before she gets serious.
Right.
While I'm over here wondering why the bitch taking 2-3 days to text me back or fucking show me affection, I'm watching her do that quicker with other niggas.
Exactly.
So off that, Mr. Lucario, I automatically know it has nothing to do with the location that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not respected as other people or other guys may be with women. So obviously I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. I know these niggas experience the same shit, Mr. Lucario. I know they've been with a bitch and they bitch just, while they talking mid-conversation, they bitch on their phone immediately right after text message. Oh, okay, I'll be there.
Right.
And cancel the whole shit. That happens to
exactly.
Because it happens to me.
Exactly.
It happened to me. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say, Mr. Lucario. I'm just saying, turning into a man, what I realized is you have to earn respect. There are no exceptions.
Mm-hmm.
You might get the respect that a person will give to a random person on the street, like, excuse me, I'll hold the door for you.
Right.
But you ain't gonna get that whole, I know what you're about, and I need to respect those boundaries type of respect automatically. That is just not going to happen.
Right.
But for all the passport bros listening to this shit, go to fucking England. Go to Russia.
Exactly.
Go to those countries. Don't spend no money. Just live there. If you got to learn the language, go ahead and learn it. Try the same shit.
Right.
And make sure they ain't hookers too.
Right.
I'm just saying, you know what's up. Stop trying to lie to these niggas that's impressionable and you turning them into the bitch ass niggas, making the whole society worse.
Right.
Stop it.
Right.
That's all I got to say.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, my brother. Now that's real shit. You notice they don't talk about other countries like, that's up in Europe and all these other places because they go to the countries where it's the sex tourism culture so that they can make it happen. But see, the reason why I'm talking so much about those type of guys, passport bros or whatever, is because these are the guys who are saying, well, the women here are this way. They're disrespectful. They're fucked up. They're this and that. And what I'm trying to explain to you guys is that the women are that way if they think you're a loser. This is what I said on the same show when I was doing with the other day, where I was saying that you got to add with you at the end of the fucking sentence. The woman is disrespectful with me. The woman is playing games with me. Because that same woman who's playing games with you is not going to play games with him. The same woman that's disrespectful to you is not going to be disrespectful to him. You see what I'm saying? So it's ridiculous when guys try to take themselves out of the equation. Oh, these women are disrespectful. Really? Who are they disrespectful to? Well, I tried to holler at her and I was doing this and she said that. Oh, she said that to you. Interesting. Interesting that you can tell me that you experienced a disrespectful woman and the only way for you to experience that disrespectful woman is you had to be there. So now when we're talking about you in the equation, you want to act like you had nothing to do with this. Because that same woman who was disrespectful to you was all smiles and showing teeth to that other nigga. Right? So if it was like that way to everybody, then I'd be like, cool, you got a point. All of these women in America, all these women in the West, they're not having sex with nobody. Ain't nobody having sex in America. Nobody's having sex in America. It's not happening. All the women are disrespectful. All of the women are fat and fucked up. They are not. No one's fucking in America. Nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody's fucking in America. So now, if that's the case, then cool, you got a point. But we know that's not the case. We know that is not the fucking case. You see what I'm saying? But that's what happens, man. But guys, call the number 646-481-3901, 646-481-3901. Let me get to some of these questions real quick. You said, what defines the man as a loser? So basically, a loser is the type of guy who actually refuses to win. And a guy who refuses to win, that means that he doesn't actually look at himself and say, self, what am I doing to be in the situation that I'm in? And what can I do to get myself out of that situation? Self, can we do this? See, what a loser will do is they're blaming it on everybody else. What makes the man the loser is that he doesn't take into account what he is doing in the situation. The loser doesn't point the finger at himself. He points the finger at everybody else. You understand what I'm saying? They're like, oh, well, this woman isn't doing this, and this woman's acting that way. Really? Really? So you're telling me that this woman is not submissive to anybody? She's never cooked for anybody? She's not out here fucking anybody? Or is she not fucking you? See, shout out to my dude Ron Wills. He did a video the other day where he was talking about, guys see the game or understand the game from different perspectives. Or they sort of live, in a certain way and experience certain things. So they're going to have certain perspectives that's different than other guys. So what a lot of these guys who are losers, they think that their truth is the only truth. See, I understand that my truth isn't the only truth. I understand that there's winners and losers. But see, the losers actually think they're outside of this situation, and then it's all everybody else's fault. You understand? That's the crazy shit. Said I had plans to meet with a female that I smashed one time. She sent a text saying sick, I canceled. She then said she better come now or never. She charged me because I didn't go because I get her. Can I get her back? Oh, so you're saying you said you were sick. Hold on, let me read this again because I was confused. You said I had plans to meet with a female that I smashed one time, sent a text saying, she says she's sick. I canceled, and she said she's better come now or never. Oh, let me get this call real quick. Hold on, 404. Can you hear me? Hold on, give me 1 second because I gotta make this go. All right, 404. What's popping?
Yeah, I just sent you a cash app.
Appreciate it. All right. What's going on?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to make this quick as I can. I'm about to try to head. I'm trying to head up into the gym. Get this workout in before it close. But look, Ari, I'll be listening to you when you say this when you talk about this because you didn't talk about this a number of times. But it's just like and maybe it's where I live, because I do travel to other places, but I live in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always say that when I come. A lot of times I say I live in Atlanta, and you saying that these a lot of women aren't disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
From my humble opinion, and it's not just me. This is just it is. If you just come to Atlanta, you will find that a lot of women down here are just a certain type of way, because it's just the culture. It's like it's like tricking and going to the strip club in many other places, other cities.
So wait, let me ask you a question. So you said you were in Atlanta?
Yes, I'm in Atlanta.
Okay, so are women fucking in Atlanta?
Yes. Okay, and okay. Go ahead. What you was about to
say. No, I'm just saying. So if women are fucking in Atlanta, that means that they're showing some sort of cooperation to a man in order to get fucked, right?
I understand what you're saying on that.
Right.
Okay. Right. Correct. Absolutely.
Mm.
What I have seen is that the guys who a chick may be fucking
mm-hmm.
is a simp. He's a sucker.
Mm-hmm.
He is literally a sucker. I have seen it. And guys have, you might be talking with a guy at the bar or just in passing, y'all might, you might be chopping it up with somebody, and then they talk and tell their story, and you pretty much by the story that they tell you find out, okay, they're a sucker. They a simp. They simp for the pussy.
No, of course. There's always going to be guys who are simping for the pussy. But what I'm saying is this. I'm saying that on a whole, I'm saying that there's going to be a large majority of women who are going to be fucking and cooperating with a man, meaning that there's some sort of interaction to where it's getting to that point. So I'm sure that 99% of the chicks that's fucking ain't blatantly disrespecting all the niggas they fucking. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that a good portion of those women actually probably like some of those guys and actually respect some of those guys. So what I'm saying is this, is that either way you flip it, a woman is going to act differently towards different guys. Do you understand that, or do you agree with that? Like a woman's going to act differently towards different men?
Of course, I agree with that. What my position is on it is the way, and I'm just saying in a particular area. I'm just speaking on Atlanta. I'm not speaking of nowhere else, because in New York, I've been to New York. New York is different. They got a lot of Latinas and things like. New York is different. I understand, but here it's just like the way this game is, like how you the game is just so crisp and just so in line. A lot of times that's not going to work in Atlanta like that. Where it's just you just got.
But that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. How do you figure that it's not going to work like that in Atlanta when there are guys in Atlanta getting it in? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this.
Not saying that you're not getting it in.
No. But what I'm saying is that, because this is what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is that we're talking about disrespect, right? So
okay.
What type of disrespect are the women showing in Atlanta?
Okay. So, okay, like you said, chick may be fucking, right? But the thing about it is she might say, I'm not going to cook for you, or I'm not going to do this for you. Like, you made a membership about, gifts and money from women. They're not going to do certain things for you, or they're not going to listen to certain things that you say to them and that you want them to do, but they will fuck you though.
Right. So what I'm saying is this. Are you telling me that there are no women in Atlanta that's cooking, cleaning, and submitting to a man in Atlanta in the whole fucking place of Atlanta? No, there's none of that going on.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. There is, but for me, and I don't like to go on percentages and statistics. I'm not that type of guy, because I really kind of despise that type of shit. But it's just the fact that it's gonna take time for you to find a woman like that. Like Ron Wills, I listened to a video that he did a while ago. He said finding your tribe. That's how he tried to put it.
Right.
And that's what I started noticing on my own. It's just like when you can look at somebody or look at a woman and you can just tell like she's on the same frequency as you.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
So with what you're saying, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're saying find your tribe, that means find a woman that's on the right frequency with you. So the woman who's on the right frequency with you is going to cooperate, correct?
Correct.
Right. So now, hold on. So now, if that's the case, then if she's not cooperating with you, y'all not on that same frequency, right?
Yes, you're correct.
Now, with that being said, let me ask you this. Do you think that there are more losers or more winners out here in society?
I would have to say losers. It's more
right.
losers.
So if there's more losers, then of course your perception is going to be that the chicks have more attitude. You see what I'm saying? Because there's more losers around. So of course there's going to be more attitude. That's what I'm trying to say. So a lot of times, even when, right. So even sometimes when you approach a woman, right, she may assume, like when you approach a woman and sometimes she may have at first a little bit of that, like sort of like resistance. You understand what I'm saying? And that could be because the last 20 niggas that approached her were losers. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So that's my point. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, depending upon the guy who's interacting with the woman, right? That's going to bring out a side of her, whether she's going to be submissive, cooperative, and compliant, or it's going to bring out a side of her where she's going to be disrespectful, resistant, and on some bullshit. So what I'm saying is, it's not any specific thing of any region. It's just the particular men interacting with that particular woman. Because a nigga could go to Atlanta right now and clean up and have super cooperation in that motherfucker. You understand?
I just want it's going to take a lot. It's going to take
I'm telling you, it's the same. I'm telling you, it's the same shit. And this what you got to understand, right? What's interesting about the game is this, and I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm about to say. The game always balances itself out. And so what that means is that whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. So for example, if you put in a lot of work on yourself, that means that you build yourself to be an attractive man. So what you're going to get out of that is you're going to get women who actually have burning desire to be with you. You're going to get women who actually like you for you. You're going to get women who are attracted to the man that you are because you actually took time to work on yourself. Now, that's a balance. Now, what happens is, if you're the type of nigga who's game goofy and you want to pay for pussy, you'll get sex, but the balance of that is you don't actually get a woman who respects you. You don't actually get a woman who desires having sex with you. You don't actually get a woman who gives a fuck about you because you're just some trick paying for sex. You see what I'm saying? So everything balances out. So the guy who's tricking, he could never get what the guy who worked on himself gets. Ever. It's impossible because it has to balance out. So what the problem with this situation is, when we talk about the losers and the winners and women being disrespectful, is that what happens is that the more of a loser you are, the more you're going to experience disrespect from women. That's the balance. The more of a winner you are, the more you're going to experience more respect from women. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. The game is balanced perfectly. You see what I'm saying? This is why when guys talk about the game being rigged, they always say, oh, the dating game is rigged. No, the dating game is perfect. It's perfectly balanced exactly how it's supposed to be, because whatever you put in, you get out. So a lot of guys think they're cheating the game, but they're not. Because check this out. If you're a trick, right, and all you've been doing was paying for pussy, and then one day you want an actual girlfriend or you want to get married, you don't have the skill to maintain a relationship over a long period of time, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, because you've just been paying. So the game has balanced itself out. You won't be able to acquire that type of woman because you haven't put in the work to be the type of man that deserves that type of situation. You see what I'm saying? So this is why a lot of guys, they think they're winning, but really they're losing. And then they're continuing to lose, trying to pretend or act like they're winning instead of actually winning. You see what I mean? It's crazy.
Got you. Everything, that makes sense, because I was about to ask you a couple questions and a lot of things came to my mind. But yeah, that sounds about right. It does. Yep. You right on that.
Yes, because all I'm saying is you can never really say, well, these women in this area is this way. Do you see what I'm saying? And unless you're saying, this is what you can say. You can say that there's a cultural thing that can happen in a certain particular area because that culture promotes that thing and therefore they partake in that situation. So, but usually what it is, it's not anything necessarily like a character trait. It's more so like it's a custom. Oh, in this country or in this area, at noon, they usually go to church and do this or whatever. Or in this tribe, they paint their faces with this color chalk or some shit like that. But if you say, man, well, in this area, all these women out here got attitudes, it's like, no, it's not the actual fucking area. It's the interaction between the people. And so what I'm saying is that the reason why in the West, go ahead, what you gonna say?
No, that's what I'm saying. I got you. That's exactly what I'm trying to say in so many words. And then on the West Coast, I know on the West Coast it's a little different, but go ahead. Yeah.
No, I'm saying that it's the people. So what I'm saying is, remember, the women acquiesce to the man, meaning that her moves that she makes are always in relation to the man. So check this out. Let's say you have one woman and one man. And let's say that guy is a weak ass dude, right? Because he's weak, the woman is going to lose respect and trust in him. When she loses respect and trust in him, then the disrespect is going to happen. So now that's just one man and one woman. Now let's look at America. Or let's look at the West. This is a bunch of men who are weak. So what are you going to think is going to happen when a bunch of men are weak? You're going to get a bunch of women with attitudes. You're going to get a bunch of women who act on some shit. But see, when the men aren't aware and don't know what the fuck is going on, they point the finger at the women and say, well, why are these women? It's because you are not being a man. And that's why you have this situation where the women around you have this attitude towards you, because you have a lot of men who aren't winners, and you have more losers than winners. So the consensus is going to be, there's going to be more women with attitudes because there's more losers. So what happens is that the woman is the reflection of the man. So what happens is, all you need to see, if you're with a woman and she's acting a certain way, right? That's your cue to say, okay, she's acting this way. What's going on with me as to why she's acting this way? Because the opposite is true. You notice, if you're in a situation where a chick is on point and she's cooperating and she's showing you respect and she's submissive, that's because you got to say to yourself, well, what am I doing so that this woman is doing that? So if you want to take credit for a woman being cooperative and fucking with you on some real shit, you also have to take credit for when the woman is acting like a bitch towards you. Because it's all on you how the woman is going to respond. That's what a lot of guys don't understand, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's terrible.
I got you. I agree with you 100%. 100%.
You know what I mean?
That's all. I got one more thing.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I want to say it, and I'm going to leave it alone. But what okay. When it's a question kind of. So, let's say I'm in Utah, right? Because I went to Utah, man. There's just a whole lot of white chicks there. So I go to Utah, I go up to a white chick, and immediately, and like, I'm just getting chick after chick after chick after chick. Like, it's easy, and they like black dudes. It's crazy,
right?
But you in Atlanta, and you might have to go through maybe 50 chicks, maybe 60, maybe 100 to get the ones that's cooperating, not just fucking. I mean, you can fuck, they gon' fuck,
right?
But just cooperate on a certain level.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's just like, I think in major cities, like urban cities, I think it becomes a problem because there's so many people around. And I think it's like a problem in the black community. I don't want to go into all of that deep ass shit, but I think it's just a problem. But what you say?
No, so the thing you got to understand is this, right? So Carl Jung, right? He made a quote, and he said, if the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's, right? And so what that means is, is that you're saying, well, you know, in Utah, the white chicks be cooperating. When I'm in Atlanta, these black chicks over here, whatever, is not. So what happens is this, is that you have society and then you have the particular man. So the reason why the chicks in Utah is cooperating heavy is because society has told those white girls, yo, you got to get that BBC. You got to get that nigger dick because that's the shit right there. So society is helping you get them bitches. Then when you in fucking, you know, Atlanta and all this other shit, society told these chicks, listen, man, you know, these guys out here, you know, they're acting this way, right? So collectively, we're just gonna act like bitches towards these loser ass niggas. Fuck them. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what happens is that when the man actually gets in front of the woman and then he takes over, meaning that it's a battle between that particular man and society. Because shout out to my dude, Mr. Limba channel. He broke this down. He said, women only listen to either society or the man. So if she's listening to you, that means she's disregarding what the fuck society is saying. If she's listening to society, she's disregarding what you're saying. So what happens is that you have to be the man that says, listen, this is how shit's gonna go. I don't care what society told you. I don't care what your mama told you. I don't care what your daddy told you. I don't care what you saw on TikTok. When you're fucking with me, this is what it's gonna be. And so I'm gonna need you to cooperate in this way, or else I ain't fucking with you. So now what happens is that you basically are in a situation where no matter what is happening in society, it doesn't affect you because your influence over a woman is so strong, it doesn't matter what the fuck society is saying. So what happens is that if you're going or coasting off of society, then that means you don't have that strong influence over the woman. So when you're getting the chicks that's cooperating in Utah, that's because you're coasting off society. And so what will happen, and I talked about this on the other show, is that this is what a lot of the passport bros are doing. They're coasting off of the society. So they go to these other countries. Oh, well, in their culture, the women got to do this. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you're coasting off society. But guess what happens when you coast off society? A nigga with game could come through and swoop your bitch because you ain't got no influence over her. Society does. So you are not the man in her life. Society is the man in her life. You are just the guy just there. You understand what I'm saying? You're just filling in. You know what I mean? You're not really that dude. You see what I mean? And when you're not really that dude, that means you have no influence. And because you have no influence, it's easy for your chick to be gone just like that. That's why the red pill be talking about all this hypergamy and monkey branching and all that shit, because the hypergamy and the monkey branching applies to niggas who don't have influence over their woman. Because when you have influence over your woman, it's hard for her to leave you. It's hard for another nigga to come through and put his ideology in your woman's head. That shit is damn near impossible sometimes. But what happens is if you're coasting off of what society says, that means society has influence over your woman. And then when a man comes through, a man can take over your whole shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You see what I mean? So you got to understand the dynamics of this shit.
I got, that's what I'm saying. But I'm gonna save the. I think is it Monday or Sunday? I think y'all got another show.
Oh yeah, we got a show tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at noon.
Okay, cool. Shoot, I got another question, but I'll save it. I've been on it too long, and I got to go in this gym. I got to get this workout.
All right, go. Yeah, one more.
But
No, go ahead. You said you have another question?
Okay, I'll ask you. Okay, when you say follow society and follow the man, okay, I know when I'm talking with a woman like in Atlanta, I have to go through all these different women to find the woman that is gonna fuck with me and fuck with what I'm doing.
Right.
Okay, how do you necessarily? Because I'm just kind of like just starting with it. I'm not a master at it. I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm the guy with all this game and I know all this shit. And I'm not. I'm learning. So what are the things that you say, like, how can you pretty much like not change not because you can't change a woman's mind, but how can you implement your plan in a woman's life to where she just wants to follow it instead of like a woman just really just liking you from the beginning and just really about you, and she just likes the way you move and everything, and then you just start from there. Like, what do you do with like women who are just kind of like on the kind of like the borderline? They like want to have sex with you, but they really trying to do their own type of thing. Like, what do you go from there?
Well, that means that the chick ain't really feeling you like that. Like if she want to do, listen, if a woman wants to do her own thing, she's not really fucking with you like that. And so what I'm saying is, in order for her to want to fuck with you like that, because let's say a chick is like, I want to do my own thing. Then what's going to happen is she's going to meet a man and she's going to say, fuck my own thing. I want to do his thing. You see what I'm saying? And so in order to get women to feel that way, right? That starts before you even talk to the woman. That starts before you even thinking about a chick, meaning that you have to understand what the fuck you like to do, what you don't like to do, the type of man you are, the way that you want shit structured, the way that you want things to go. So when you start talking to a woman and interacting with a woman, all of those things apply when she's experiencing you. So what that means is this. Let's say, for example, right? Let's say I'm the type of nigga where I need for a chick to listen to exactly what I'm saying, right? And not give me any fucking resistance, right? And I need to make sure that she's going to be cooperative over the whole time I'm fucking with her, right? So now if I approach this woman, right? Or I'm talking to this woman, let's say at a bar or some shit, right? Because I already have those principles instilled in me, when she experiences me, she's most likely experiencing something she hasn't before, because my own unique way that I do things causes her to already see me and elevate me differently than all the other guys. Because what are all the other guys doing? Oh, miss, can I buy you a drink? Oh, hey, you're so pretty. Oh, hey, can I take you to dinner? All this other shit, right? And then when I'm approaching her and I'm talking to her and I say, listen, take your number. I'll put my number in your phone or whatever, right? And she takes it out. She puts the number in the phone. And then I say, yo, hit me up, Monday at 7:00 or some shit, right? So then let's say, she hits me up at 7:00. And then I set up a date. And then I'm like, all right, cool. Let's meet up at the so-and-so or whatever. So we get to the so-and-so. We doing what we doing or whatever. And the whole time when I'm interacting with her, she's already seen that I know how to give directions. She's seen that I'm, I do what I say. You understand? I fucking follow through, right? So she's picking up on all these things. And not only that, when she approached me, I was smelling good. I was dressed nice. My confidence level was heavy. You understand what I'm saying? All of these things make you stand out from all the other niggas. Because remember, there's more losers than winners. So the fact that you're a winner, you already stand out from all the losers. So from the jump, this is why when I talk about women who have a high interest or super high interest, the more on point you are as a guy, the more you're going to find women who have that super high interest in you. And then that's what's going to make her say, fuck my plan. I want to be a part of his plan, because I don't know when I'm ever going to meet another man. You understand what I'm saying? Because all these other niggas are losers. So when am I ever going to meet another man? This motherfucker showed me what it is already, and we haven't even reached the first fucking date. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my dude Miles. But we haven't even reached the first date, and he showed me that he's assertive, aggressive. He knows how to make plans. He does what he says and says what he's going to do. All of this shit, we haven't even reached the first date. You see what I'm saying? And so she's already getting on board because she's excited for what's going to happen next. Because she's like, I finally met a fucking man. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say, where that guy is going to have more influence over a woman than the society. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what's going to make her listen to you more than what everybody else is fucking telling her to do. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha. You dropped it off on me, man.
That's what it is, man.
Crisp. The game was crisp.
All right, brother.
But and I'm gonna holler at you. And man, it's just in the chat, man. Come on, man. Like,
Don't be like,
I don't understand why
they just
they be roasting so much.
no, they not that bad. They just trying to keep the game tight, bro. You know, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? But you're good, but I appreciate the call, my brother. All right, I'm holla. All right, peace. All right, let me try to get 202. 202. What's popping? Hold on. Let me click on this shit. All right, 202. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Luke, how are you doing?
What's going on, bro? Did you donate?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's what's up. What's going on?
Nothing, Mr. Lucario, much, but I just want to say thank you. That day I called you last week, and remember I told you that I was codependent and looking validation from people, and then after that I'll call what Miles and you told me. I talked with my therapist, and I joined Bad Boy membership.
Okay,
and I listened this documentary on Bad Boy membership. It really helped me, and I check all few peer programs because I became member 3-4 days ago, and it helped me a lot. Feel a lot better. It I feel more confident. I feel that I don't need anybody approval.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I remember you was I remember you was the guy that said you felt like you needed other people's approval and validation, and so that's good that you're actually seeing a different perspective so that you can get to the point where you're going to be winning out here. You know what I'm saying? Right.
And I wish I would be a member of Bad Boy membership. I wish I would have got this membership a long time ago. My life would be different. Because your programs are really, really helpful.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad that it's popping off of you. And this is what I say to you, just to sort of give you something to think about to stay on the right track, right? Make sure. Hold on. I want you to listen to this. Because I want you to. This is very, very important to keep you on the right track. Because I want you to never forget what I'm about to tell you. Because this is very, very important, right? Now, I want you to make sure that you stay focused and stay on the same path that you are right now. So the way that you're feeling right now, stay on this path. Even if at some point you're off the membership or whatever, I want you to stay on this path. And what I mean is that life, remember, there's a lot of people in life who are losers and they're going to try to bring you down. And so what I'm telling you is that you want to stay focused on you and focused on the way that you're feeling now and seeing things right now. Keep that in the back of your mind and keep that going, because there's going to be a lot of people that come in and out your life or around you that are fucking losers. And what I mean is that they're losers because they don't actually want to win. So when they start seeing a person like you winning, they're going to feel some type of way. And then this is what's going to happen. Because there's so many losers, you might get influenced to become a loser like them. Their loser talk might sound attractive. Like, oh man, maybe they're right. Maybe I shouldn't try this. Maybe I should. That's what's going to happen. So what I'm telling you is you have to stay on course no matter what the fuck anybody else is saying. Because what happens is this: right now you're on a high, which is good because you're learning and you're seeing a different perspective. But what you have to do is that you're going to have to constantly remind yourself and work on yourself daily so that you continue to have this mindset so that it's ingrained in you. It's just like, for example, when you go to the gym, you got to keep going to the gym to maintain your muscles and your fitness. It's the same thing with this. You have to work out your mind and maintain that, because what's going to happen is you're going to meet another woman or something that's going to try to throw you off course. You're going to probably know some people at your job or something here that they're going to say some super weird ass shit that's going to make you feel a certain type of way. And so what I'm saying is you have to constantly come back to yourself. And in this moment you're in right now, constantly remind yourself to keep coming back to that moment. So this is what I want. I just really want to really make you understand that, because what I don't want to happen is I don't want you to be on this high and then you get on a low when things feel like they're changing or it's not going exactly how you want. You have to just make sure you're staying on course. You get that?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Cool. So what else you want to say?
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. What was you going to say?
I'm gonna say that day, like I listened to your program, right? That was Inner Game, that was on Bad Boy membership, and that was program for me. And then how to deal with the woman emotions, I listened to that, and that really helped me. And that day, like about the inner game, how to think good about yourself.
Right.
I just want to tell you that I worked 12 hours a day. I got up at 12. But I still hit the gym. I stopped going to the gym. But that day I decided that I'm going to hit the gym because I'm going to do whatever it needs to be, whatever I need to do, right? So I went to the gym, worked out 1.5 hours. I felt so good, came back, I slept good. So I just want to say that thank you so much for this program. I wish I would know this. I should have known this before. Like my life would be different.
No, but hey, listen, better late than never, man. And just make sure, you stay on that course and understand that it's you who are doing the work. It's all about you. So I'm here just to help. You understand? But understand that this is you making this happen. And never forget that you are the one who made this shit go down. You see what I'm saying? So keep doing what you're doing, man. And I appreciate the call, my brother. And keep making it go, bro. I'm gonna holler at you, man. But this is what I'm talking about, guys. That dude on the phone, that's a fucking winner. That's a winner. That's a goddamn win. I love it. I fucking love it. Because see, this is the thing. If y'all don't remember, he called in the other day and he was like, man, I'm with this girl and I feel like I need her and all this other stuff. And it just flips because he's seeing things from a different perspective. That's the difference between a winner and a loser. See, a winner, right, understands that they can win. They try. They put in work. The loser loves to complain, bullshit, you understand? Get mad and angry at everybody else. That's what losers do. That's what losers do. And that's why I wanted to let them know. I was like, listen, stay the course. Because it's not easy, because remember, if you're surrounded by a bunch of losers, right? You can get caught up in their loser shit. So don't get caught up in their loser shit. Do not get caught up in their loser shit. The thing you guys got to understand is that you got to make sure you're staying the course no matter what. That's what it is. So let's go to 908. 908. What's popping?
Yeah, how you doing, Mr. Curry?
What up? Did you donate?
No, I'm donating at this moment. I usually do, but I was just thinking for the number where
Oh, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me. Listen, I'm gonna hang up and I want you to hit the Cash App at the top of the chat and then call right back. All right. Appreciate the call, brother. All right. Man, but I'm telling you guys, you gotta understand how important it is to stay focused on your shit, because there's so much losers around. What's going to happen is that you'll fall back into the negative self-talk you give yourself. You'll start to say, oh, I can't do it. I don't think it's going to work. Or my friends are telling me that this will never work or this can never happen. And you start to believe them and you start to go right back into being a fucking loser. You understand? You go right back into it. It's like you have to remind yourself daily. This is why we talk about this is a lifestyle. This is like life. This is something that you're consistent with. See, you don't just put the game on and then take it off at night. The shit is fucking 5 hours a day, 8 days a week type shit. You understand what I'm saying? And so you got to be very, very real about this shit. You understand? Because I'm telling you, the nonsense is heavy out here. The nonsense is heavy. Like, especially even on like YouTube, man, there's a lot of shit that like I purposely try to ignore. It's insane. It's very it's very difficult sometimes because it's just all over the place. You're like, God damn, it's a bunch of fucking idiots. Let's go to 908. 908. What's popping?
Yeah, sorry about that. I donated.
Oh, no, it's all good. That's what's up. All right, Speak up a little bit. Speak up a little bit.
No, I said sorry about that. I donated.
Okay, cool. There you go. So what's your question?
Yeah, my question is, well, first off, I appreciate you, you and Miles, because what you've been telling me has been working. I've been getting shit popping with women, which is cool. But my question to you is it okay to answer a woman's questions? Now, you know, I'm big on the like hookup. I don't like dates and everything, so I always, you know, invite them over to my house. But lately I've been hooking up with chicks, but I had this past chick maybe yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, before I come to your house, are you tested? Do you have any STDs? Do you live by yourself?" And I'm like, I understand the STDs question, but I'm like, is it a right time to answer a woman's questions when she asks those specific questions as far as sex goes before we get it popping? And or I should just leave those chicks alone.
And where was y'all having this conversation? Was it like on FaceTime, text?
Well, she had already agreed to it, but she couldn't do that day. So I said, all right, cool, hit me up, you know, when you're free. And then during text, she sent me all this I value my body. I just want to make sure you clean. You know, you get tested for, you know, STDs and all this stuff.
Right. And see, in those situations, right, you could just be like, listen, yeah, I'm all good. Just come through at whatever at whatever time, and then just let her, you know what I'm saying? Like, let her know, listen, all that is good. Come through at whatever time I told you to come through. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right. I was like, why are you I know I'm good. I'm like, why are you asking all these questions? You already agreed to it. We got the number. We already.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The thing is with women, and see, the only problem with chicks like that too sometimes is that the problem with that really is more that she's just a worrier. Like, she worries. So when a chick worries like that, that is also something in her character too, which means that because she's asking those type of questions, that means she might ask more questions. You understand what I'm saying? And she might be hesitant to do more shit. You see what I'm saying? So just understand that that's
you live by yourself. Where do you live? And she was out there,
right. Right. So understand that, but understand, you know, it's also questions about that because it's her safety and shit. So she's just trying to make sure and all that other stuff, because I'm sure. So you when you set it up, you set this up real quick, right?
Yeah, everything was cool. She, you know, I told her text me at this time, and then we just, you know, I spoke to her a little bit on the phone. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. She was like, oh, where you at? Basically, we live not too far from each other.
Right.
And she was like, all right, that's cool. I can't do today, but, you know, I'll hit you up when I'm free. And then I spoke to her yesterday, and she was like, oh, you took so long to respond to me because I was down, you know, the time I text you that. And I was like, you know, I was waiting for the live shit, but I was going to ask you that question because I was like, I know he said don't really answer too much of female questions.
Yeah, in that situation, there's going to be some girls who are going to want to ask those questions just so that they can fucking, you know, feel a little bit more comfortable in the situation. But the thing is, if
I remember you said if they down, I remember you said if they down, then you know, it's usually smoother than that. But then again, if she was asking all these questions, then she probably, you know, agreed in her head that she was down, but she just wanted, like you said, wanted to make sure.
Yeah, just reassurance. Like, see, it'd be one thing because she's still asking questions about doing that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Which is fine to a certain extent. Like if she keeps going with it, then it's like, okay, you going a little too far. But if she was asking, you know, other weird ass questions like, oh, so what are your intentions? And, oh, do you just want to have, if she started doing that type of shit, then that's an issue. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had one of them out, but I had to charge her.
Right. Now right. So that's a different thing. But if she's asking questions about that specific thing, then it's cool. You feel what I mean? But also too, what it is that in a lot of cases, you're going to have certain girls who are not going to really ask those type of things in that way. But then you will have in some small cases where chicks will try to bring that up or something just because, you know, they're feeling not all the way 100% comfortable. Damn, your phone is crazy. Is that your phone?
Yeah, hold on. Let me switch to... Hello?
Yeah, that's better. I was like, what the fuck is that? Go ahead.
Yeah, now I had you. Should I request tests from these girls? Like if I'm hooking up with a chick or that I don't know from the club.
You asking, should you
Like, make that a part of
request
my
like a STD test?
Yeah.
Listen, see, it's one of these things where,
like, before I eat the pussy, like, you know, like from a chick that I just meet.
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go down on them, yeah, you feel what I'm saying? If you're gonna do that type of shit, then yeah, that's fine. But if you just trying to like hook up on some regular shit, then nah, you understand what I'm saying? Because you're not trying to hit it raw or nothing, right?
No, I'm just acting because, you know, still I like to eat the pussy. I'm just making sure too, like if it's a girl that I just met, I shouldn't go down unless I know she.
Yeah, if it's a girl you just met, you shouldn't be just going down on every girl you just met. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
but
yeah, so just strap up and that's it. Don't
just put on some protection, strap up, and then do what you got to do, and then keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get tested and you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. You ain't gonna be, listen, random chicks you hooking up with, a lot of times it ain't gonna be a situation where you're gonna meet them and say, hey, go get tested, and then you wait for the fucking results, and then they come, like, that's not gonna pop off, man. Like, you could tell the chick to get tested when this is a chick you've been seeing for a while and you want to eat the pussy, and then you say, listen, I'll eat the pussy, but go get tested so I know that you good, and then I'll eat your pussy. You feel what I'm saying? But like random chicks, you shouldn't just even be eating random chicks' pussy like that. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a chick you've been hooking up with for like 2 or 3 months, then yeah, let's go get tested, and then make sure your shit is cool, and then, you know what I'm saying? Then we'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I like to give him receipts too. So it won't be like an issue if she say if you say I'm not trying to do that, I'm just trying to smash, and that's it until you show me no papers.
Wait, say it again.
I said if you refuse to do it once before, like just smash and that's it. Well, I said want to be like an issue and shit. Like if you want to receive it as well until she get tested.
No, this is the thing. You can. This is what I'm saying. You can do that. What I'm saying is that you're going to have less sex, so it's fine. So you can do that, but understand that that's going to make it to where you're going to get less of the shit popping. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I mean is this: is that yeah, you can tell a chick, hey, go get tested. I'm gonna go get tested, then we meet up and then we make it happen. Cool, that could go down. What I'm saying is that in most cases it's not going to go down, because a lot of times when you hooking up usually happens in the moment. You understand what I'm saying? So, right. So if you meet a chick off Tinder or match with a girl on Tinder, and you're trying to set something up for tonight or tomorrow because you're striking while the pussy's hot, right? Then it's like, cool, let's make this happen. But if you match with a girl on Tinder and you say, hey, yeah, we should hook up, and you're talking on a FaceTime, and you say, yo, go get tested. and then she gonna go on Friday to get tested, and then you gotta wait a few weeks for the results, and then you think it's still gonna flow that way where you're gonna see this girl again? You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that you're putting it in this situation where it's more likely the girl's gonna flake and you're just gonna waste a lot of time. So what I'm saying is that, right, so if you meet a chick and you wanna hook up with her, y'all hook up, and then if you keep hooking up with her and then you wanna get tested to see if you wanna go down on her, then do it that way. I think that's a more feasible way to do it.
So I should already have my test already ready just in case I come across the girl that I just explained to you earlier.
No, what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you meet a woman and you want to hook up with her. And then if y'all get together and hook up again, you hook up again and get together, hook up. So let's say you hooked up with her like 6 times. Then you say, hey, I want to eat your pussy, but I need you to go get tested. What I'm saying is that woman most likely is going to actually go get tested and follow through and come see you again, versus a random girl you met and you tell her to go get tested. She probably ain't gonna go get tested. And not because she doesn't want to get tested, but it's because you some new ass nigga. She's like, what the fuck, I'm gonna go through all of this shit for you.
Yeah, true.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, now, right. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying that it's least likely to happen. So you're gonna be wasting a lot of time. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I implement that in my game now. And I got what you call them quote unquote good problems now. Appreciate
Right,
it.
exactly. Exactly, bro. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call. All right, let me get some of these questions real quick, and then I'm gonna head up out of here. Oh yeah, I can't even understand that one. You gotta have to call in, Mecca. What if she's disrespectful to someone in public, like a waitress? Would you charge her? I would. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would charge her ass. Because I'm like, listen, you want some bullshit. Like if I was on like a date with a chick and she was acting all disrespectful, yeah, she wouldn't even get no dick. So is it not a good idea to touch women's shoulders if she doesn't hear what you say or maybe walk by without noticing you? What? What are you talking about touching a woman's shoulders? No, nigga. You can touch a woman's shoulders if you're on a date or you're flirting with a girl at a bar and y'all are like, getting into it like that. But a random chick on the street, no. So can you influence your woman in an open situation to fuck with other guys if it's not really for her? What? Her words, but she understands I still need it. What? Wait, hold on. I got to read this again. Can you influence your woman in an open relationship to fuck with other guys if it's not really for her? Okay, but she understands I still need it. I'm confused, Dan. You got to call up. I have no idea what you're saying. Like, I have absolutely no idea what you're saying. Somebody in the chat could tell me. I have no idea what Dan is saying right now. You got to call up. So when you contact her and try to set up another date to hook up and she doesn't return your call or text, would that be her showing disrespect? No, this is the thing. You said, so if you try to set up another date or hookup, right? And she doesn't return your call or text, right? And you would just keep it moving, right? Now, if she hits you back up and then you try to holler at her again and then she fucking flakes or whatever, right? That could be considered disrespect, but also it's almost like you're disrespecting yourself for even dealing with the chick in the first place after that point. You see what I'm saying? So it's not really necessarily disrespect if, she's being unresponsive to try to make something happen. She's just not interested. But the disrespect comes in where you're disrespecting yourself by continuing to deal with her, which is why she continues to treat you that way. Cause she's like, well, whatever. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just kind of using this guy for attention and shit. You said I approached a woman and said, I just want to say one thing and I'm going to let you go. I think you're hot. If I said it with confidence, did I do it right? Why are you asking these questions, man? Like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about here? You talking about if you did it right. I mean, what you just wanted to go up to her and say she's hot, or were you just practicing? Like, what's going on? Damn, I keep biting my tongue for some reason. It's crazy. The thing is this, man, if you're approaching a chick, right? Like, what is your purpose? Now, if your purpose was just to do that just because you wanted to practice approaching women, then I guess, it is what it is. But you gotta fucking, I feel like you have to have more purposeful reasons at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And again, that could just be you as a beginner trying to, get used to it. And that's fine if that's the case. You understand what I'm saying? But you want to push yourself a little bit more when it comes to making shit happen. So when it comes to having influence over a woman, does it automatically have to go along with respect? Well, yeah, that's the thing. Well, the thing is, you can't influence a woman unless she respects you. You understand what I'm saying? If there's no respect, she's not going to be influenced by you. Said, I'm saving up for your membership, but while I'm at it with no game, should I just straight up ask girls to have sex? If you want to have sex, let them know you want to have sex. Yes. What you got to lose? All they can say is no. If a female you knew from your childhood thought you was ugly as fuck, could she become sexually attracted to you all of a sudden if you upgrade your game in sex appeal? Bro, you asked this question, I think, like a few times before. What is it? You got some chick from high school that you in love with or something? You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you're worried about her is the reason why you ain't getting her. It's because you're making it such a big deal. Okay, Ronnie, so you say he was practicing. All right, cool. Well, yeah, if he was practicing, that's good. Then you're good. He said, how do you call her on her bullshit? What do you mean, Rule? You gotta elaborate on that a little bit, because a lot of times, like when dudes be talking about calling her on a bullshit, they do it in a way where they're fucking, angry and mad or whatever. But calling a chick on her bullshit, a lot of times doesn't necessarily work unless you are doing it in a way where she's going to understand or get it. So for example, right? Let's say if you was dating a chick for a few months and everything was cool, and then y'all was supposed to go out and she flaked, and then she hit you. You didn't hit her up like for a week or whatever, and she's used to you hitting her up to make something happen. And then she's like, "Oh, what's up? I haven't heard from you. What's going on? And how come blah 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 blah." And then at that point, you can say, "Oh yeah, remember when you flaked last week? So I don't really like to deal with women who flake. So if you're going to be flaky, then we could end this right now. But if you want to continue dealing with me, then you can't be flaky anymore." So what happened is you're calling her out on it, but it's at a point where she'll really get it based off of your actions at that point. You see what I'm saying? All right. You say, it's funny, as men, if a man disrespect, would take corrective action, but for some men let it slide. Well, this is the thing. It's not necessarily where, we're letting it slide with women, or guys letting it slide with women, or if a man did this and did that. You just want to create a situation where you don't have disrespect in your life, meaning you don't have a person in your life who's disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about like fighting with it. It's just understanding or making sure you're in a situation where you don't have disrespectful type of energy around you. He said, is a loser man simply someone whose peace and happiness is dependent upon someone/something else? Yeah, that could be it also, but it's just really a guy who refuses to win, a guy who actually, oh my God, I keep biting my fucking lip. What the hell? I keep biting my tongue. It's really a guy who basically, he just refuses to win. He accepts the bullshit and he wants to blame. He doesn't want to look at himself. He doesn't want to improve. He doesn't want to actually do anything to get better. You know what I'm saying? He said, a man should be sexually disciplined. Women will respect you a little better. She'll see you as a high value man that is not sexually weak. That's what makes her disrespect you as well. That's interesting too. Well, the thing is this. Sexual discipline is also subjective too, because some people think, oh, well, if you're fucking every day, you're not sexually disciplined. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? Or if you fuck a lot, you're not sexually disciplined. That's not true. It all depends on what the specific thing is and why are you being on, and the reason as to why you're being disciplined in that situation. So why you think these passport bros only travel to third world countries and not other Western countries like Canada or UK? Because it's easier to get the prostitutes in other spots. So why are passport bros pretending to be obsessed with cooking? How often should active man get tested? Should one make sure the person they're bumping skin with has a clean plate before engaging, or should one get tested afterwards? This is all with I don't see the other part of this thing, but this is the thing. You should get tested like every, 2 or 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you're wearing protection. Make sure that you're getting tested and you'll be good. And this is the funny part. There's a lot of the the like stuff like, chlamydia, gonorrhea, shit like that, you just take a pill and that shit'll be a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Some shit, you can get that's for life, like herpes. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, it's, I know some people that got it and they only get a flare up like once every, 2-3 years or some shit. So, you know what I mean? But you still want to be careful. But the thing with STDs is you just want to be as careful as possible, but there's no way to be 100% like, where nothing is going to happen because, it is what it is. That's how sex is. You got to take that risk or don't fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they be like, well, just get with one person. That don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? That means nothing because that one person could cheat on your ass and then bring something back to you. And the funny part is, and this is the funny part about that, sometimes you might catch it easier being monogamous than if you were in an open situation. You know why? Because if a person cheats on you in a monogamous relationship, they're not going to tell you. Right? So if something happens, so if you was fucking some chick and the condom popped, you're not going to go tell your girl, hey, yesterday I was fucking this girl and the condom popped, because now you told her you cheated on her. So you're going to keep quiet. Now you probably caught something and you're going to give it to your girl. You understand what I'm saying? So that could also happen. So what determines the loser? Okay, we talked about that a bunch of times earlier in the show. How early should you set up a date when you first meet? As soon as possible. It doesn't really matter how early, but you don't want to do it too late. You want to do it as soon as possible. So sometimes, even if, let's say you met a girl in the street, you could set the date up. Be like, yo, listen, let's exchange numbers, but how about we meet, Friday at 8:00 at this spot over here. And then it's like, okay, cool. So you already set up the date. Or, you match with a chick on Tinder. You say, hey, what up? What you doing this weekend? Let's get together, get a drink. You're already trying to set up the date. You understand? You said, how can I learn worldwide international game? What are you talking about? What is that? What is worldwide international game? Nate. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm about to wrap it up. So listen, Real Game No Theory tomorrow at noon. Make sure you guys tune in. And it's going to be myself, Miles Cunningham, 1950, Taekwondo, Kay Zagan, Steve the Dean. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys check us out. You feel me? And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm going. I'm out.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're going to have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.